I'm very excited to be here today. And before I start my more formal remarks, I just want to remind people, I actually have experience with this fire department that goes back 1987. So since 1987, when I was a Tacoma Park Council member, and the fire department there was a volunteer station, and we had long interactions with the fire service, including a very long battle over building a fire station, rebuilding the fire station there, and whether we would get our ladder truck. I think that battle still continues. But it's been a long relationship, and I served on the county council on the public safety committee, and so the fire department was under this. And we've seen real changes in the department over the years. First place, the relationships between career and fire and volunteers have gotten a lot better. And they were not in the same place in the beginning. They've certainly evolved to a much better place today, and I'm really happy about that. The mission of the department has modified because it increasingly becomes the department that responds to medical emergencies rather than fires. And it's required an evolving response model from, rather than saying, well, I can't meet response times on ambulances here, we must build a full station there, to figure out how do we get chase vehicles to the right place at the right time in the county, so we're not spending money building full stations where the services don't demand full stations. So it's really important to see these kind of changes in the department, and so I feel like we've had that's not helpful. We've had a progressive department, a department that's willing to change and grow for a very long time, and so this is going to be the next iteration of change and growth. And with that, I want to first of all, I want to thank Acting Fire Chief, Interim Fire Chief Gary Cooper for the work he did. You've done a great job keeping this department rolling. You're evidence of some of the strengths we have in the support staff in the fire department, that the chief could be gone and you could carry on and fulfill the duties in this department. You wouldn't know that this department was acting without a chief. And that's I think, a really positive thing to say about the work you've done. So I want to thank you for everything you did. I'd ask everybody to give him a round of applause because he deserves it. So I'm here to officially nominate Corey. And it's not the first time we've had this discussion. I don't think it's a secret out there. We've made sure that the volunteers know where we're going in this direction. And we know that he's, at least in my mind, he's absolutely the right person for this job today. And I'm excited that he's agreed to come on board. I am fortunate that he was willing to leave one of our neighboring counties and come over here. I think it's a great opportunity. There are things about him that I think were just really important. He understands the staff of the department, what makes it special. So he's going to recognize, he recognizes from the beginning what he's working with here, what our strengths are, and the kind of unique system we have. We've built a functioning volunteer and career system here, and I think that's going to be important for our continued success. He has the experience of being the inaugural collective bargaining agreement in Virginia, in a right-to-work state, where people had the right to work for less. And he was the one who put together the first agreement in Alexandria, and that's a big deal. And I think it indicates he's got experience with labor, which is something that was really important to that. Obviously, he worked previously in labor environments as well. So we wanted to make sure that we are putting together somebody and a team that actually can talk with each other and is focused on moving forward together. And I think he understands the importance of doing that. And I know he understands leadership because he's excelled at so many different things. He's been a chief. He's been in emergency management. He's worked at the small level and he's worked at the big level. He's worked in big departments. So this is not a department. This is important to us as we were looking for a chief. We had small department chiefs want to come here. I did not want a chief who did not have experience with a big department, didn't have an experience with a mixed union and volunteer department. So he kind of checked all the boxes in terms of what skills and what we needed him to be able to do. And that's one of the reasons I'm really excited about having here. It's not, you don't have to have somebody who has to figure out the way around the office or the way around this block. He knows this block. Whether he's been here or not, he knows the characteristics of what we've put together. And I think it's going to be really beneficial to us to have somebody with this level of experience. So I think you're going to get somebody who hits the ground running. You're going to get someone who has, proven leadership skills. He's got proven personnel skills, and he's known for wanting to work with people and talk to people. And those are things that we really value. I mean, as much as, I hate to say this, that some of our organizations are very kind of paramilitary, I kind of like the softer touch. I like the ability to have a conversation and not assume that this is all an authority-based organization, but actually there's room for conversation, and that the people who make up the organization have a role in shaping the organization. And I think that's going to serve us well going forward. So I want to thank you for being willing to take this job and come over here.